And if we needed something, God would provide it, and He will provide it. And everything that we need right now is provided for us. That's like the same thing in different fonts. But yeah. So verse 2 says, He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. So I had to show y'all how big that was. Anyways, not the point. The point is that scripture, what it means to me personally, is that the Lord makes the pastures green. Like, He makes the season green. Like, it might actually be a really bad season, because realistically speaking, like, we're not always gonna go through good seasons, but the Lord can make the season. He makes good out of that season. And I know there's a scripture for that, where Joseph, after his brothers sell him into slavery, then the whole thing happens. He says, and his brothers come back and they recognize him. He's like, oh, let me explain the story. Let me stop it. Hold on. Okay, so Joseph was a follower of God, and he went to Egypt, and because his brothers had sold him into slavery because they had jealousy. And long story short, to make chapter short, Joseph ends up being like the second in command to the Pharaoh, to like the king of Egypt. His brothers come back, and his brothers, there was a famine at the time, so everybody went to Joseph for food. That's how like prosperous he was. And his brothers, what did his brothers do? It's a good question. His brothers had to ask him for food, and Joseph knew who they were, but they didn't know who Joseph was because he really had it on. Anyways, not the point is, Joseph had it on. His brothers didn't actually know who he was, and so they ended up asking him. He ends up giving them food. Anyways, long story short, Joseph ends up exposing himself. He's like, I'm your brother. And they're scared because they're like, oh my gosh, he has enough power that he could kill us. And Joseph is just kind of like, I don't want to kill you, which you took and tried to do it for evil. God took it and made it good. And I think that that's what Psalms, like the second verse is saying. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. Joseph had to go to jail because of a false, what do you call it? Something false. Like, someone had said something against him. They said that he did something he didn't do, okay? The girl was just tripping. But anyways, that's not the point. Okay, so verse 3 says, He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. Because God's a good God, He's going to make His promise come to pass. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't have to do with because you're just a good person, because of this, because of that.